In today's video, I'm going to show you a team consisting of that sacred threemium of Haaland, Kane and Salah. Hello everyone, my name is Akshay and welcome back to a brand new FPL video. Like I said in the intro, today's video is quite a cool video. I'm going to be showing you a team consisting of Salah, Haaland and Kane, the threemium, the three most expensive players in the game. A lot of people said it couldn't be done and you couldn't have a decent squad around it, but I feel like I've built a decent squad around it, to be honest. The team I've put together is no slouch by any means, so make sure you watch this whole video and let's see what I've knocked up for this threemium team. Just quickly before we get started, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a like and also consider subscribing to the channel to help me reach 2,000 subscribers. A quick detour from the video because I have a massive announcement for you guys. This season, I'm going to be running my first ever FPL mini league and it's absolutely free to enter. My mini league will have over £600 worth of prizes, so you don't want to miss this one. All you have to do to join is follow these 3 simple steps. Firstly, follow myself and Fantasy Football Friend on Twitter and retweet the tweet in the first line of the description. Secondly, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel, so make sure you scroll down and subscribe and also turn on post notifications. And finally, the last step is going onto the FPL app and entering my league code. Now I'll quickly take you through the £600 worth of prizes. If you finish 3rd place, you get £50 cash and also 1 year's free Fantasy Football Friend membership. If you finish 2nd, you get £75 in cash and also 1 year's free Fantasy Football Friend membership. And if you finish 1st place in my mini league, you get £100 cash, you get to come to an Arsenal match with me and also 1 year's free Fantasy Football Friend membership. Like I said, my mini league is absolutely free to enter, so make sure you follow all 3 of those steps as everybody who enters will be verified. I can't wait to see you all there and good luck to everybody who joins. So anyway, let's get into it. We'll start off in goal and defense. So we have Steele, Ake, Botman and Pau Torres. 3 out of the 4 players here I feel like have a really good start to the season. In Steele for Brighton, Ake for Man City and Pau Torres for Aston Villa. The only really difficult start to the season is Newcastle, as they play Aston Villa, Man City, Liverpool, Brighton and Brentford, so it's quite a tricky start for them. But just like always, I am going to be showing you some in-depth stats of certain players of this team. I did show Steele's in-depth stats yesterday, so if you missed that video, then make sure you click above my head. It's a really good video. It's showing my current latest draft, which in my opinion looks unstoppable. But anyway, enough blabbering on. Let's start with Ake. So we'll take a look at his stats last season. He's a defender, so don't take the goals and assists too seriously. He only scored 1 goal and got 0 assists. He only conceded 15 goals though, which is really low. And while he played for Man City, the games he played, he kept 9 clean sheets in that period as well. The annoying thing about Man City last season was they did concede only 1 goal in a lot of games, which knocked a lot of the clean sheet points away from the Man City defenders. So that was really frustrating. As you can see there, his expected clean sheets should have been 13. However, his points going into the start of the season, his expected points I should say, are quite low. He has an expected points in game week 1 of 2.7 and then over the first 5 games 13.5, and that is because at the moment they're basing that on him playing 60 minutes. Of course, any of the Man City backline is pretty much a risk to have in your team, apart from I would say Stones now, as he basically plays CDM, and you could make a case for Diaz. So now going back to the side, we'll get on to Botman as well, and I'll show you guys his stats for last season. It was a debut season for Botman last season, and I feel like he did very well and was vital in Newcastle having one of the best defences in the Premier League and that insane clean sheet run that they went on. But anyway, he scored 0 goals. He's yet to get his first goal for Newcastle. He got 2 assists. He conceded 30 goals, kept 13 clean sheets while he played for Newcastle. And then going into the start of the season, he's got a decent expected points, to be fair. The first game of the season, he's expected to get 4 points. And then across the next 5, it gets obviously a little bit more difficult because of how hard Newcastle's running is. So he only has 16.7 predicted points for his first 5 games. And then lastly in defence is Pau Torres. I think that is a brilliant signing for Aston Villa, a really solid centre-back, and to be honest, all of Aston Villa's signings this transfer window have been really good, and I really think they're going to be the underdogs of the season. They're going to be like the Brighton of last season in my opinion. Emery did a fantastic job with them last season and now they've even strengthened their squad even more. So definitely keep an eye out for them, and like I said, Pau Torres is actually a really good pick at 4.5 mil to have in the defence. But now moving on to the midfield, we have Grealish, Salah, Kluivert, Mbeumo and Mitoma. So overall, another well-rounded area of the pitch. The midfield is looking very nice, especially with Grealish, Salah, Mbeumo and Mitoma. Cliver obviously is going to be a bit hit and miss, but in Bournemouth's latest pre-season match, and I think it was his debut, correct me if I'm wrong, he got two assists, so a good start for him to his Bournemouth career. But yeah, anyway, let's get on to Grealish's stats for last season. So he had a really good season last season. He scored 5 goals, he got 10 assists, with an expected goal involvement of 13, so he outdid himself in that department. He created 12 big chances, and going into the start of the season, he is expected to get 4.2 points in game week 1, and then across the first 5 games, 21.1 points. So nicely rounded there overall, and I think he's 100% cemented in the left wing position. I don't think anybody's taken that position off him. But now, getting on to the juicy bit of the team, one of the threemiums of the side, and that is Mo Salah. And his stats last season were absolutely incredible. He scored 19 goals, 13 assists, expected goal involvements of 32, which he actually matched. He created 15 big chances, and going into the start of the season, he's expected to get 6 points in his first game, and then across the first 5 games, 31.2 points. But if we go back quickly and look at Liverpool's first few fixtures, it's also a little bit tricky, I'm not going to lie. They go to Chelsea in the first game of the season, then play Bournemouth, then Newcastle, and then Aston Villa, and then Wolves. So 3 difficult-ish fixtures there, but I think Liverpool are going to be really solid this season. I don't think it's going to be a blip or a poor season like it was last season for them. They just kind of need to strengthen in the centre mid position, but their attacking options are crazy. Like, they've got the likes of Salah, Darwin Núñez, Jota, Gakpo, Diaz. There's so many options up front for Liverpool. So even if they don't play well, I still think they're going to be scoring a lot of goals, and Salah's going to be obviously the main man in that department for them. Now moving on to the rest of the midfield though, I'm not going to talk too much in depth. So I'm not going to show you the in-depth stats of Kluivert, Mbeumo and Mitoma, because I've in my previous video I showed the stats of Mbeumo and Mitoma already. So like I said, if you want to watch that, then make sure you click the little link above my head to watch it. Like we already know, Brentford have a decent run into the start of the season, and so do Brighton. You're probably going to see Mbeumo having a lot more chances. So yeah, definitely a good pick to have. I did say in my last video though that everybody was jumping on the bandwagon for him, and I initially did. He was in my first draft, but then I took him out for my second draft because I compared him with other players at a similar price point, and when I did that, it's an absolute no-brainer why I changed him. But that was with a 7.5 million player, not a 6.5 million player. So you can't really do it in this side because obviously the full 100 mil budget is taken on this side. But still a good pick. And then finally, moving on to the absolutely insane attack, we have Haaland and Kane. I mean, forward pairings don't really get much better than these two. The amount of goals they scored between them last season is just insane. But we'll start with Haaland's stats. So he scored 36 goals last season with an expected goals of 30, so outdid himself there. He got 9 assists, which matched his expected assists. He had 39 expected goal involvements, yet he got 45 goal involvement. He had 59 big chances. So can we just take a second and deep how ridiculous that is to have 59 big chances throughout a season? Insane. And then going on to the season, of course, he's going to be topping all the charts with the highest expected points. He has in game week 1 an expected points of 7.8, and then across the first 5 games, 39 expected points. So yeah, I think he's pretty much going to be in everybody's team. I think his ownership at the moment is around 85%, so that just speaks for itself. But now moving on to Harry Kane. He also had an absolutely incredible season, and if Haaland wasn't in the league last season, he would have definitely easily taken the golden boot. It was just unfortunate that he was playing against Haaland. So Kane scored 30 goals last season with an expected goals of 23, which shows how clinical he actually was. He got 9 assists. We already know going back the last 2-3 seasons how good he is, not just at scoring goals but also assisting goals. He had an expected goal involvement of 34, so he actually beat that because he got 39 goal involvements. He faced 35 big chances, and then going on to the start of the season, in game week 1 he is predicted to have 6.1 points, and across the first 5 games 34 points. So that is it for the starting 11 with the 3 premium players in there. On the bench, we just have Areola, Vinicius, Baldock, and Bayer. So that is it for the team. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. Would you change any specific positions? But overall, I think it is quite a decent side, especially because we have the 3 premiums of Salah, Haaland, and Kane in it. But it looks quite good. I think this team will actually do pretty decent throughout the season. But if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Your support really does help the videos get pushed up higher in the algorithm, so I really do appreciate it. But other than that, guys, I will see you in a few days' time for a brand new FPL video.